All right, so you're just asking. I'm recording this for you. So what do you do in terms of like what trajectory? Now, what you have to decide. How I learned it is if you had the ball in your hand, what would you do? Meaning, if let's say, for example, let's say the mat right here. This is let's say a sand trap. My ball is here, right, and the flag is where that is over there. Well, I have to go like this, right, to try to go where?
Over the
Over the obstacle,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where let's say this is not a sand trap, this is all green, and I'm just off the edge of the green here. Well then, I might do that instead, right? Because that's just easier to do. Why would I do this if I could just do that? So you have to decide based on if the ball was in your hand, what would you decide on, right? Then that kind of makes you decide, oh, that's the trajectory that I need to send it at. So then what do is picture on the green the circle, the yellow circle of where you're going to land it,
Yeah.
right? And then you have to, once you're lining up, you have to set the face angle and ball position for the trajectory that you're trying to send at. You've decided because of thinking about what you would do if it was in your hand. And then once you decide on the trajectory, you have to think about how hard are you going to swing for that trajectory to land it in the spot you've picked on the green to get it to the hole. Now, how do you know where to pick the spot on the green? Trial and error. If you're hitting it, let's say, and you're planning on landing it 10 yards short of the flag, and then it rolls past the flag by 10 yards, on the next chip, you're probably going to do what? Hopefully.
It'll go shorter.
Right. Pick a spot that's 20 yards short of the flag and land it there because you know it's going to roll to the flag. Or maybe it's 20 feet, or it's 7 feet, or it's, could be anything.
Yeah.
I try to base it off of what I did in the chipping area, and then when I get on the course on the first hole, if I hit my chipping spot and then it rolls way further than I thought, you can be sure on the next one I'm going to be more cautious with my chipping spot.
Makes sense.
If I'm chipping to a spot and it's not getting there, then I think I need to be more aggressive with my chipping spot.
Makes sense.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how you decide whether to go high or go low. And really, look, let's look at a few different examples of this, right? So look at like the golf green complexes out there, right? So let's think of this, right? So just to test you real quick. So let's say your ball is here and you have to go and get it near the flag. Are you going to go low or high?
High.
Right. You have no choice really, right?
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You're going to open the face maybe or whatever. Let's say your ball is here now, right? You could go high. It's up to you if you like hitting high. Or you could go low. Some players take an 8-iron and try and land it here and let it run the whole way. I don't like that. I lose control of it. I like to fly it to the hole. So on a shot like this, I might fly it to here and let it only roll a little bit, right? Now let's say you're on that side of the bunker. You can't go as low. You'd have a mid-trajectory shot, let's say. You know what I mean? In that case. Let's say your ball is, here and the flag's in the back. Well, you could do either one. You could either try to land it here and run it up there, or you could try and fly it to here and let it only roll a little bit.
Yeah.
You have to be the decider of that, but ultimately, based on where your ball is placed in the different areas, you have to decide whether or not you think it's better to go high or low. If for let's say, just as one final thought here, let's say you're, there's a lake. Let's say there's a lake, because that's better when there's like water. Let's put a lake there, right? So put a lake there. So let's say there's, let's say there's a lake like this or something, right? And let's say you're over on this side or something, and you're not so good at flop shots, right? And you're afraid that if you try the flop shot, you're either going to leave it in the sand trap or scull it over the green into the lake. Well, then maybe you say, okay, well, maybe I'm not going to try and land it just on the green. I'll land it where the flag is and take my chances putting back from this side of the hole. So you can play it smart. You don't always have to go for broke, is my point. Sometimes it's best just to play the shot you can execute to get it on the green, even if it means that your ball is going to end up going past the hole. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.